Alright, I gotta remove Jaedong's name because he actually has a name. Fantastic. As we hop into the North American server, we have once again remembered our Christmas colors because ho ho ho, it's the fight before Christmas. This is the losers match in this wildcard group. Someone is about to be eliminated, and it breaks my heart that it's one of these two players. Spawning here in the top left corner of the map, from Team Liquid, the green Zerg player, TLO.
In the bottom right, as the red Zerg, it's Evo Genius's Jaedong.
So there's a lot to be said about this matchup. It goes without question that this is Jaedong's best matchup. Statistically speaking, I actually asked him as well. He said, yes, ZVZ is definitely my best. So this is probably a best case scenario for him. But he's not going up against one of the typical Zerg players. Like, this is TLO. I want to remind you if you missed it. When he played against Luciera in a tournament recently that we hosted, we saw broad bailing tactics. We saw cool roach moves. We didn't see anything standard. And even though it was still a 2-0 in the favor of Luciera, it really wasn't like, oh my god, what a slam dunk. TLO had played a fantastic ZVZ series.
I can't remember that one.
I mean, I should be casting with Namshar that day. I'm not sure.
No, I cast the day with Luciera.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know. You just suck at memory, I guess. Learn to elephant.
Usually I'm a lot better than you are.
Never forget! Actually, that's my favorite, like, Futurama moment. An elephant that never forgets to kill! But,
that's your favorite moment? Actually, I don't remember that either.
Citizen Snips! You don't remember the superhero episode?
Oh, the superhero episode.
Clobberella and all that?
Yeah, but Citizen Snips is a lot more recognizable.
Whatever. I love Futurama is my point. But I also really like both these players. Now, we do have an earlier gas coming out of Jaedong. To see whether TLO is planning to play full-on gasless or not will take a bit of time. I mean, again, we're seeing this sort of like one gas later build become more popular, but we're also seeing gasless in general start coming back into the matchup. But I think a lot of that takes predictions, and that's going to be TLO basing it on, is Jaedong coming at me with a lot of lings early? Do I expect him to do that 5.5-minute drone cut and just start pumping lings?
Jaedong is, you know, he's definitely not a player that won't ever do it. I don't think there's any single player that won't ever, but it's more likely, I guess you could say. We have TLO going for the Spore Crawler trick.
Oh, that's actually really cool, but he does this... You're supposed to do this in the back so the Overlord doesn't see it and baits into it.
It's almost never worth it, I feel.
You say that, I feel like it's every time it does work out, it's like the one time you're not casting with me. I know I was casting with Kane too when
really?
this happened. Yeah.
It worked out?
Yeah, oh,
I've never seen it once.
I need to, you know what, I need to go like specifically comb through our VODs and go find every ZVZ just so you can be like, oh, I guess it does work once in a blue moon. I mean, the Spore Crawler trick there didn't make sense because you put it on the edge of creep. For those who don't know why we're making a big deal about this, I guess to explain the tactic real quick, you're supposed to hide it and then walk it forward, burrow it underneath the Overlord, and it absolutely destroys it.
It just feels like it was too late. Like, Jaedong wasn't going to go in that far anyways because he was afraid of Queen to pop out. That's why he just stood there.
Well, these two queens, can they stop the scout? Looks like barely not. Jaedong will manage to skirt past this and go to the main. He'll see the lack of gas, and that's a really big scout.
Oh, it's very nice. Very nice indeed. Of course, there's still so many options for TLO to do. This is no longer that, like, I know exactly what you're doing up until, like, 15 minutes. And even then, you're going to mass roach. No, not no longer the case. You can do definitely a couple of all-ins off of this. You could get a fast third himself and try and hold it. It is possible if you know, if Jaedong goes for a fast third himself, you could try, and it usually doesn't work out, but you could try. There's going to be a fast lair for Jaedong, however. I'd expect that to Spire then.
I like that this comes at the natural to minimize the chance to get scouted.
Maybe not.
Or, sorry, I was going to get TLO space.
Yeah, it gets a, Roachborn and Evo Chamber. This is kind of... This is just a response to seeing what TLO is doing. So often we see when they scout something like this that they do go ahead and get that very fast expand, or they get the lings first and then they get the third expansion. But, you know, both of those options first before they get their own Roachborn.
Well, a couple of queens going to be poked out here. It's really risky for Jaedong to do this because you never know if that ling flood is coming, but you know, with the scouting information, it really did show with that gas being so late, he didn't have speedlings to fear, so it's a little more appropriate that he chases out these Overlords. It removes map vision from TLO, and TLO is now going to have no idea if there's anything coming right out of that natural base. In fact, let's look at that vision.
Yeah,
completely blind.
TLO is scared. He throws in a third Evo chamber. But what's even more interesting is that he's getting +1 melee weapon upgrades. So He's also getting speed, although it's not anywhere near close to finishing. I wonder how it's actually going to work out. But he's going to have a lot of lings. I mean, he's all winning off of this.
I do think one of the nice things, though, about the Evo Chamber, you're right, Paranoia now becoming a Bailey Nest and all these other things, you know, you see Overlords get scouted away. And classically in ZVZ, that means there's lings coming, that you didn't want someone to see you coming. So there's a smart move out of TLO for sure.
The problem is that it was scouted. Yeah. So he's breaking down the back rocks. It would have been a really awesome move. 1-1 plus the speed would have been finishing up with, you know, very, very timely, but it was scouted. So he starts to drone up behind all of these lings. He gets his own Roach Warren, of course, but now he's going to be behind on at least the attack upgrades. You will have a +1 Carapace on Roach speed time, and I don't think he'll have... he might have opportunity to do a lot of damage with these lings. There are a lot of Roaches out. Jaedong might even want to go ahead and like more fully wall off his natural as well.
One of the problems I think with this, you know, we got to see a really cool build out of Kane, if you guys remember doing almost something similar to this, but there's a much earlier time and he demolished Scarlet with it. Not going to be the same scenario. This is just opening up a second avenue of attack, a possibility to get at the base if necessary. So for TLO's sake, I mean, that's still a lot of lings. I mean, usually we talk about like 12 lings surrounding 3 roaches. This is more like 40 lings surrounding 12, 13? How many is this? Yeah, 18 roaches.
Yeah, it's still a hard split for Jaedong, though. Like, you can't really just stay out and out here. It's gonna protect. It's gonna open up TLO to be able to go to both the third and the natural. I don't know about surrounding this, however.
Both the drones for this. This is Jaedong being a little bit, well, not a little, very cautious for it. I mean, some of the roaches are starting to get really low on the outside, but TLO's already lost the majority of his lings.
Oh, that was really bad. That was terrible. He's down by 40 supply right now.
Yeah, the +1's supposed to really just chew through that Carapace, focus on a building, and not really fight the roaches directly.
Yeah. I think what happened, like, I want to say what happened was that he started to drone just a little bit because he was like, okay, I'm scouted, but if I attack a little bit later, maybe he'll, like, get complacent and, you know, not be prepared. But Jaedong never really stopped making roaches ever since he scouted that. Only now going back into his own drones.
Yeah. Well, the Roach and Burrow tactics are going to be coming up. I mean, this is something we see a lot of the times nowadays. I remember once upon a time, you rarely would see this. It'd be the odd Korean, like Solar, who would try and pull something like this off, but Tunneling Claws is really cool. We see sneak attacks all the time, and I definitely think Jaedong is more than capable of doing something awesome with this.
I remember when they were thinking about, like, buffing something regarding Burrow, and Stuffy was like, no, everyone uses this on the Korean ladder, the Roach Burrow and the Tunneling Claws. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen it yet. And then 2 months later, bam! Everyone fucking does it.
Pow! Right in the kisser.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's Roach Baneling, excuse you. That's the pow.
Well, the melee upgrade sadly for TLO, not working out just yet. But the nice thing is, whether it's right now or whether it's 20 minutes from now, it doesn't change the fact that lings with +1 are pretty good at focusing down buildings. So for TLO's sake, this is kind of flopped as the opener, but as long as he keeps his lings alive, if he postures a threat later on, you know, the Roach War comes down the middle of the map and he slips into the third, he kills all the drones and the hatchery pretty quickly.
Yeah. The upgrade's going to be pretty even. 2-1 versus 1-2. But Jaedong with that big supply lead, he's up by about 40 army supply. And the lings, I mean, they'll help out a little, not so much in the direct engagement, but maybe they can buy a little bit more time. Jaedong is gearing up for a push. It's super strong. There's no spine crawl. There's one queen with a lot of chance to use. But I don't think that's not going to be enough.
He was going to go for the back rocks, hoping they were down, but he can tear these down pretty easily if he wants. I think one of the key things about these styles of roach attacks is making sure that they're unseen coming. And TLO, he sees one burrowed roach, but there's never just one burrowed roach.
Did he click on it? Is that what I saw?
I don't know if he clicked on it, but there's a spore caller here in case the Overseer leaves. I actually kind of like that move.
Yeah. I thought Jaedong was just going to go his trip and attack him, like, just
well, I mean,
front, but...
It is 66 roaches over 42. It's going to be messy one way or the other. He's going to lose his base TLO, that is, but he should be able to kill the roaches for it. Nope, just kidding, no Overseer.
Oh, that sucks. That, Jaedong gets a free 4th. He gets his own 4th on the way, and he can still attack TLO, like, straight up. There's no spine crawling position to protect that 3rd.
So it's a dramatic difference. Look at the vision of Jaedong versus TLO, the amount of Overlord spread, the amount of map vision he has. But TLO has the important avenues of attack covered. You know, he's got the Overlords exactly where they need to be. He might not have them all over the place, but he saw this Roach move out, so he repositioned immediately. But he didn't see this Roach move out.
pretty well split here, though. Is able to take care of it, no problem, and have most of his other army on the other side, where Jaedong could definitely be counterattacking.
It's a really curious. What do you think about these upgrades? 1-2 versus 2-1. I mean, they're going to be on 2-2 around similar timings, but do you think it's going to bear that big of a deal coming to this fight?
I have no idea. This rarely ever happens.
Yeah, I mean, upgrades are, sorry, not upgrades aside, it's going to be those roach numbers I think make the biggest deal. It's going to be very difficult for TLO to overcome as a 7 roach deficit, especially with his base getting sniped off for what is almost free. Jaedong's going to be forced to fight, though. Even if he bros to run away, it's going to be a lot of lost shots, so he has to wait till the roach numbers low enough to try and make that escape if he even wants to. But TLO corners him, and he's got less roaches. His upgrades are still debatably on par. A couple of Bailey's running into the roaches, too, but I mean, this is still a base down for TLO.
Down by 70 supply. That fight went okay for him, but Jaedong maxing on 41 roaches. Well, that's certainly a lot of injects.
Yeah, it is, and he's got so much more money behind this. TLO's just got no money to work with. GG's going to be called, and Jaedong will take the first game in this best of 3.